Hey everyone! Hi replay viewers! Welcome to my channel, The Preppy Crafty Girl. I am Jonna and I am the creator at The Preppy Crafty Girl. And tonight we are going to I'm doing a live, so I'm welcoming you back. If you're a replay viewer or you're rewatching, I appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video at, whenever you decide to like it. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. I appreciate each and every one of my subscribers. And also hit the notification bell because I will be going live a couple of more times this week. And I come on at different times. And this way you'll get a notification saying that I am going live. And hopefully you will be able to join me. So tonight what we're going to do is we are going to make these junk journal bows. And Margie Romney Aslett made these in a class that I took, oh my goodness, like forever ago, and taught us how to make them. And I'm talking like, I want to say it was early 2000s, somewhere in there. And you just kind of gather what you have and you want to grab some yarn if you don't have any tassels. Tonight I found these that I had them and I had gotten them at the Target dollar spot, like I don't even know how many years ago. Let me see. I have a pack. Came in a packet like this. Does it have a year? I don't think it does not have a year, but it was a long time ago. So anyway, they've been sitting in my stash and I have some vintage tickets. I've got some Dollar Tree tickets and I have some more vintage Rolla tickets. Let's see. I have some colored play money and all kinds of fun colored baker's twine. And then a bunch of trim, like little bits and pieces. So it's kind of what you want to gather up. And I have some like a pattern, the paper out of a pattern. Everybody's got those laying around, I'm sure. And then I have some music paper. So what I'm going to start with now is you want to start on the back. So you're going to take your biggest piece, just like we kind of worked last night with, this is all about just creating the layers, right? So you're going to start with the biggest piece in the back, and don't worry about getting it the right size for now. You just want to, we can trim it up at the end. So I'm just going to kind of crease this paper and gather it up in the middle like so. And if it rips, hey, it's a junk bow, right? These are cute for packages, for putting on the front of a card, for putting it on the on Happy Mail, like at the top of a pocket letter, or you can put it at the top of a paper straw. And they, you could put it on a big paper clip, the big large jumbo paper clips, and have this sticking outside the end of your journal. It'd be really cute, very cute. And you can make them as big or as small as you want. Like I said, you trim it down in the end. So we're going to take that. And then I'm going to take some, of course, I'm going to go with pink and green, maybe this one. And I'm going to take a strand of these. And I'm going to just layer that on. I'm going to put a piece of ribbon behind it, or actually what I have is I've got a ruffle. That would be really cute. So you just kind of layer that on top of there. And I'm going with my pink and green theme. Let me see if I've got some other shades of pink. I do. I have some, of course, Rick Rack. All right. So I'm going to cut a piece of Rick Rack. And then what else I have? I'm going through. Oh, I have some of this stuff. I don't know. This would be really cute, but it's more colorful than and me sticking with the pink and the green theme. I could even toss in some fabric bits that I have. This is a great way to use up all those little bits and pieces of strings and ribbons, and like, look at this one. See, this would work right there. So you want to layer that in like this. Then we're just going to gather it up. I'm going to get some baker's twine. I kind of want to put this more toward the front, I think, because it's small. Get the baker's twine in. Let's see, do I have a hot pink color? I have a pink. And we are going to just get a pretty long length of that, because we are going to start out by gathering everything. Just take it and wrap around the center. And as you're wrapping, you kind of want to keep your layers kind of straightened up. I'm not going to worry about the ends just yet. And then once I get them where I want them, I'm going to then just tie it off in the front. Oops. I don't know why that. Are you a right hand or a left hand tire? I'm definitely a right hand tire, apparently, because I can't tie on the left. So, okay. Then I'm going to take my little tassel here. I think I'm going to make this little loop a little bit lower. So let's see if I can't tie. I don't know. Can I tie this off a little bit lower? Maybe. Maybe not. All right. So let's see. I'm going to take this thing, this baker's twine, and I'm going to put it through the loop. And I think I'm going to go ahead and just wrap it around the tassel. And then, so it's not hanging down so far. And then I'm just going to tie that off. And this is what I have so far. Just kind of flatten it a little bit. Like this, making sure I see all the different layers before I'm going to wrap the two ends around and take it to the back. And double knot it. All right, once I'm there, it kind of looks like a hot mess, but when you come in with your scissors, that's when you can take this background and you can start to cut it down to the size you want, right? So I'm going to take the end and I'm going to come in here and I'm just going to snip. I'm going to cut this. I'm going to cut that off. I'm going to snip that. And then I'm going to come in the end of my tickets and I'm going to cut those off and finish those off nice. Making sure that everything is kind of the length I want it. Might make, well, let me get this side done. then I'll do this side. Oh my goodness, this is so super cute, super fun. Can you just see these like on all your little presents, on gift bags? Just tie it on there. And I'm going to shorten this ribbon a little bit. I saved all the ribbons. This came off of probably a package way back when. So I just have that. Might make that a little bit smaller. I think I need to cut that a little bit smaller. And I'm going to cut that off at an angle. So you just kind of go in and give it a little haircut. Give it a little haircut. Snip here, snip there. So you get it the size that you want and the shape that you want. And I don't mind. I can turn this to the tassel because this coupon is upside down, but I really don't mind that it's upside down. It just, you know, it's quirky, it's junky, and it's fun. Yeah. So let's make another one. What color should we choose next? We could do pink and red. Let me see if I have any. I'm not a big red person, so I don't know if I have any red. Oh, I do have this like teal color, which is super pretty with the pink. And then we can add in some money, this fake money. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this in lieu of the music paper. Oh, I've got this really pretty trim. Ooh, okay, let's see. What else can we add in? Let me see. All kinds of fun trim. You can add fabric. I've got this little fabric with the daisies on it. That would be really cute. And do the pink and do the aqua. Actually, I just saw another piece of aqua. That color goes better with that trim than that one. And then I can tie in a little bit of yellow. I've got this little yellow bit and that and this to tie it all together. Okay, so how you make it a little bit bigger, and then I'm going to use, let me see, this butter yellow. Does that go with this? Yep. Okay. So now, I'm going to just cut that really quick so I'm not dealing with such a long length. Let me push these off to the side. Give myself some room here. Okay, so if you want to make something a little bit bigger, we're just going to take it and we're going to add a little bit of glue. So I've got my art glitter glue. I'm going to glue them together kind of in an X shape a little bit. Since I want to, you know, have that kind of bow effect or the wing effect. So I'm just going to add a little bit of glue. I'm going to do this one upside down because that one's upside down. Okay. And then all you're going to do is just squeeze it like we did the music paper. So now it's all stuck because you just made it a little bit longer. And that is how you can use the paper money as your background. So I'm just kind of crinkling it up in the center. Like so. I'm going to glue this one a little bit better so I don't lose that little piece right there. Okay. Anybody working on anything tonight? Hopefully you're getting crafty. We are having a rainstorm here on the lake. I'm going to take some fabric. I'm going to layer that in. Then I'm going to come back and I might, instead of squeezing this, sometimes you can just take it and make it just a little bit smaller in the center. It just makes it easier to gather, right? So I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to add in the pink. I'm going to layer it this way. I'm going to add the yellow in. I'm going to add my color trim in there like that. Maybe what I need to do is add this over this. Yeah. And then I'm going to get some yellow and maybe do a little bit of the aqua to tie the two together. I can even use the baker's twine to make myself a tassel. Tassels are super easy. I actually just open my hand like this, wrap them around a couple of times, like so, as big as I want to make it. And then I'm going to make sure that the ends go to the bottom. So both ends are at the bottom, and then I'm just going to cut them off. And then where that is looped at the top, you're just going to take a piece and we're going to tie it. This is going to be the part that you're going to tie on I'm going to tie this onto the junk bow. And then I'm going to pull these all down really tight. Now this is like a super fast way of making a tassel. So I'm just going to pull them all down really super tight. And at the top, I'm going to take, I have gray, and this ribbon I see has gray in it. So I'm going to take this gray part, gray piece. I need something a little bit longer, and for some reason it wants to be knotted right there, and I don't know why. And all I'm going to do is take this. I have a loop. I'm going to wrap it around. I'm going to put it through the loop, and I'm going to give it a good pull at the top, like so. So now you have the head of your tassel. And then all I'm going to do is wrap it around. I'm going to separate it. I'm going to take one over the other and keep wrapping. And then once I get them to where I like it, I'm going to then tie it off. Really tight, because you don't want those pieces falling out. And then I'm going to let those hang. You can cut them, but I'm going to let them hang down with the rest of it. And then I'm going to just, depending on how long, I'm going to give it a haircut. So just come across, and that takes the loop off. And there is your tassel that is going to match your bow. And that's how I do that. And you can do it with yarn. You can do it with, anything. A lot of people will take the cardboard, wrap it around. You can do that. But I'm opting for simple, easy peasy kind of a thing. I also just saw this. This would be really cute just to kind of add in the center there. I may put a little bit of glue on it just to hold it in place, since it is so tiny. It's a little bit of rickrack, because what's a bow without rickrack, in my opinion? What's anything without rickrack, in my opinion? Love me some either pom-pom trim or rickrack. Okay, then I'm going to gather this up. I am going to take a piece of baker twine, and I'm going to, like I showed before, just wrap it around the center like so. I'm going to come up till it meets the other side. Leave myself some to tie. I'm going to take this and I'm going to lay this down in between the two. Oh, you can see what I'm doing here. And then I'm going to tie that off. There. And then I'm going to take it and I'm going to tie these little aqua pieces together like so. And I've got my matching tassel. I'm going to take the yellow now and I'm going to pull it to the back. And at this point, you can cut them off or you don't have to cut them off. If you're going to put it on a paper clip, you could tie it to the paper clip, a big paper clip, and you could put that in your junk journal. So this is what I have, and it's super cute. And now I'm just going to go around and I'm just going to trim it. So I'm going to give it a little haircut. And just like I saved that little piece of rickrack, save the little pieces because you can use them in snippet rolls or anything like that. And then I'm gonna, these ends are done. I want to go in and maybe trim this out a little bit like so. I'm going to trim this like so, and I'm going to do this one like that, and I'm going to do this like that. So you just kind of look at it and give it a little haircut like that. And I'm just gonna, because this got ripped, I'm just gonna push it back like that. And then I need to trim this one. But could you just see this poking out of the top of the journal? It'd be so cute. Oh my goodness. All right. I'm going to trim these. So just come in and give them all a haircut. And get it the size that you want. And there is our other one. So now we have two. But see how fast they are when you just have all your supplies ready to go on your table. Super quick, super easy. You can make tassels. You can do it with yarn. You can buy your tassels. Get your kids to make you tassels. Show your kids, put them to work. Show your kids how to make a tassel. They'll love it. Okay. What do we got next on my pile? Okay, I do have this really pretty blue. I've got that, like a periwinkle. That's pretty. Oh, I have this trim right here. That's super pretty. Of course, this is not going to go. May have to add a tassel later because all of my, I've got this. Oh, that actually would be really pretty just done twice. Knot it and then cut the end like that. Oh, and if you have any of this, this party fringe garland stuff, that is awesome to use too in them. Maybe I'll make one with that. That's the wrong color. What color? What is this? That's gonna add in a little bit. Do I want that? I don't know yet. Okay, so I've got, oh, this has that blue in it with the numbers. That's fun. That is super fun. Okay, then I have these blue vintage tickets. Let's add some of those on. This, layer that, layer that. If you have tulle works really well. I think I have some, I think I still have that white snow tulle. Hi, Wendy. How are you? Thanks for joining me. I do have a little bit of a delay in the chat. I just wanted to let you know. So if I don't answer you right away, it's because for some reason there is a delay. Oh, here's a little tiny piece of blue rickrack. Let me get this white fluffy snow tulle I used last night when I was making the banners, because that'll be cute in there. Sorry, my chair is super squeaky. I don't know why. Okay, let me see how wide I want to make this. Of course, I'm going to trim it. Do I want it that big behind it? Yes, I do. This looks like snow. All right, then I need actually some white. This is not white. This is all off-white. What do I have that I can use for my paper? Oh, I see something. I have notebook paper. I think that's blue lined with white. Yeah. I've got this. This is really cute. Add that in. And I might just cut it in half. Could you imagine just doing this for like a teacher's gift? On a teacher's gift, you could do like put a pen, like a mini pencil, or just sharpen a pencil all the way down. Oh my goodness, how cute would that be? You could put like a pencil in the center. That would be so cute. With some, and then use the school paper as your background. Oh my gosh, that would be super cute. I'm just gonna kind of gather it up a little bit in the center. This time I'm gonna kind of fan it since it's a little bit more paper. So I've got that. So you gather your paper first, and then you're gonna put the tulle in there. We're just gonna gather that up. And it's really huge right now, but I'm gonna come in and cut it down. So now I'm gonna just layer all the fabulous blue little ribbons and trims. And this. And the numbers. And the tickets. And the rickrack. Okay, then I'm going to get some. Okay, do I have any blue? Oh, I have this silver and white baker's twine. Hey, I haven't used baker's twine and I don't know how long, so this is kind of, oh, thank you. This, I know blue's my favorite color, so I'm a little bit partial to the blue, but I haven't used baker's twine in forever, so I'm so glad. All this baker's twine that I had collected years ago, I don't even know why I have all this baker's twine, but I do, and I'm finally putting it to use. So finally. Okay, so let's just gather that up in the center, and we're just gonna wrap this around a couple of times. Tie that. Oops, I've gathered the tiny little rickrack in there. And like I said, if it doesn't stay in there, you can always tack it down with a little bit of glue. Hi, Cricket. Nice to see you. Welcome, welcome. Okay. Now comes the magic. This is when you give everything a haircut. So I start off with giving the back of it, trying to get my size that I want. And I just cut everything to a point. And then from there, I will cut the same thing, and I'm going to get my side. And if you do snippet rolls, like, save all of your little bits because you can add them to snippet rolls. These I'm just going to do at a little angle. This, I don't want to lose that blue 5, so I'm just going to cut it right up to the 5, let that kind of hang out. And then I'm going to come here on these tickets. And give that a cut. I'm going to, let me see, I think I'm going to trim. I think I'm going to have to put a little dab of glue on that rickrack's wanting to come off. I'm going to trim this. And this one. You know, all that hem lace? This is the perfect thing. Or even the blanket trim, you know, the blanket edging that you get that when you go to buy bags of stuff at like thrift stores, you buy all that sewing notions and there's like that satin blanket stuff that you don't know what to do with. This is perfect for that. So I'm just giving everything a little haircut. Some things I'm just cutting to a point, and some things I am going in and cutting it in a V. This one I'm going to cut in a V. And then you're just going to kind of zhuzh it. Oh, I need to cut one more, that blue one. Now, my issue is I don't have a tassel in blue or white, and I can make one like I did with this one with the baker's twine. But I don't have blue. I don't have blue baker's twine. How do I not have a blue baker's twine? I've got aqua. So I'm going to have to wait on that one. I'm sure out in my studio I do have some, but I have some yarn. I know I have blue yarn and I've got white yarn, so I can just make one like this. This was just different strings of yarn done into one. Double knot that. Are you guys crafting tonight? What are you guys up to? So all these little pieces will end up in a snippet roll. They are not going to be wasted. So any color combination will work. As you can see, be pretty for like a it's a little more wintry. You can add in this like flower trim. All kinds of trim will work. So I've got yellow. I've got a fabric ruffle. This will work. And what does this have in it? Like a green, yellow, pink. We could do that. I've got these yellow tickets from these are from the Dollar Tree. I don't even know if they make these anymore at the Dollar Tree. Anybody know if they even sell these anymore? It used to be over in like the party section. But I know that Party City, if you have a Party City, they carry the raffle tickets. Relatively inexpensive, but you end up with like a gazillion of them because they sell them in giant rolls. Okay, you're not sure. Yeah. All right. Then let me see what else I have. That's kind of fun. I've got like this box of just a mess. Oh, pom-pom fringe. That'll be fun. Pom-pom's always good. I don't even know what this was from. Probably from a pocket letter or something. That's kind of fun too. Let me see. Maybe pull this apart. Or I could just add it in the way it's in. Well, I want to take the tan out maybe. But I like the pearls in there. That's fun. It's got velvet ribbon. Oh, you know what, Cricket? I did that last night with my, I call it faux ephemera, all the scrapbooking dies and everything. And I know I don't think I recognize you. So thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. Okay, I don't think I'm going to use that one. I think I'm going to go for this. I'm going to do the pom-pom. I'm going to do the pearls and then the dots and this. Oh my goodness. This is just too much cuteness right here now. Okay. But I'm losing my tickets. And I did the same thing last night. I was like, why do I have all of this? And I came to the conclusion, it's like, I knew that I used this. Yes, thank you, Wendy, for coming. So I came to the conclusion that when Tuesday Morning went out of business, like I went and I bought all the little ephemera packs from Tuesday Morning when our Tuesday Morning went out of business. And I have a feeling that that's how I acquired so much of it. All right, so now I need to get some more. Oh, I'm going to do the yellow, I think. Yeah, so I have this like fake money. I'm going to do this yellow behind it. I know, I miss Tuesday Morning too. I think Tuesday Morning's downfall was when they decided they were going to try to compete with Marshalls. So they started getting in more home, or maybe they were trying to compete with Home Goods. They started getting in more furniture, bigger case goods. And that's when I noticed things started going downhill, because you used to be able to go in and just get, like sheets from Turkey, and they really carried overstock, not things made for their store. And it was great too, because they had so many. They would do the closeouts for scrapbooking companies, and they carried a lot of scrapbooking companies there back in the day. You used to be able to get like Illustrated Faith, and even the Reset Girls stuff was there. Simple Stories, and yeah. But I think that was kind of the downfall. They tried to compete instead of staying in their own lane where they were. Yes. Yep. I know. I agree. They're doing the same thing. And I get it, because how much of the little stuff can you sell, right? So they're figuring, well, if we sell more of the bigger case goods, higher item, even if we have to mark it up to mark it down, like I get it, but they're not really, it's hobby, right? It's a hobby store. It's so sad. I don't understand. I don't understand why they're doing it. Because didn't they learn like it killed the other stores? Hello, it killed the other stores. I don't know, but I understand. Yeah, I'm kind of out of the scrapbooking. I don't do scrapbooking anymore because I scrapbooked everything already. So, and then it was like I got to the point where I moved to a state where we get tornadoes, and it's like, okay, when I saw all the 12 by 12 scrapbooks that I had, I'm like, how am I had tubs of them because I've been doing it since 1997. And I'm like, how am I going to grab all these tubs of my scrapbooks and throw them in my storm closet? Like literally, it's a storm closet. It's like the size of a telephone booth. And I just had like this epiphany. I'm thinking this, yeah, this would just be destroyed. And so I ended up taking photos of all of the pages. That's what I ended up doing, and then stored them digitally. But you know, as far as my journals, I don't care. You know, if they get, I've been through floods and lost a lot of stuff. So twice, a tornado and straight line winds. So but anyway, I just kind of, and then when my sister passed, I saw that nobody really wanted, like, you know, they took one or two photos, but it wasn't like my siblings wanted all that stuff. So then I had that deal, like, who's going to want all these? And then when you start going to estate sale, okay, this is really depressing. But when you go to estate sales and you see the family didn't want the photos, and, you know, we love buying the old photos and giving them new life, right? As our like little adopted family. But I'm a creator. I love to create. So, you know, I do a lot of happy mail just to, you know, make people happy. And then I repurpose stuff because if you know, your junk journal gets washed away, literally, you know, how much did it cost you? And I really just journal in it to get my thoughts down, you know, or I do like a tracker. That's not something. And besides, like my weight journal, like my weight, not weight journey, but my health journey, like, yeah, who's going to save that? Like, why would you want that? I don't know. Although I look at old scrapbooks when I go to the estate sales and stuff, and they are fun to, you know, I do buy them. I buy other people's. So, you know, if it's old. And I buy their travel journals because I love reading about how they traveled. So, you know, that's something worthy, I guess, you could rescue out of the, if you had a tornado. But anyway, fun. Okay. This is a great way, though, to use all your little scraps and do your zhuzhing. And okay, let's start to cut some of this stuff off, make it a little bit shorter. So what kind of crafting do you guys do? And I'm looking for a new show to binge watch. So if anybody has any suggestions, they'd be much appreciated. I'm thinking about starting to do all the British mystery series type things. I noticed my library has a lot of them. Does anybody watch any kind of British mystery stuff that you can recommend something? This would be so cute for spring. Oh my gosh, it's super cute. Okay, let me get oh yeah, okay. Fun. Call the Midwife. I haven't seen that. I did see it in I think, is it on Tubi? I think it might be on Tubi. Home Fires. I have not heard of that one. I think I watched the first Call the Midwife. I think I watched the first episode. I can't remember. Okay, I have to write these down now. Now you're giving me a couple of suggestions. So I'm gonna Call the Midwife. And what was the other? Home Fires. I've been watching mainly like early 2000 things. the early 2000s, because that was like when my kids were younger and I didn't watch a lot of TV back then. So I saw Desperate Housewives was on one of the channels. I was like, and I could always go back and watch Dallas, but do I want to watch all that drama? I just remember it had so much drama in it. Okay. I was gonna show you how cute this is on a big, if I can find them. Yeah. I'm still unpacking. I moved a few months ago and then Christmas hit and I'm still unpacking all my craft items. Let me see. I've got a white one. So many of these aqua ones. Okay. Let's see. But you can put it on this. Now what I would do is first I would kind of tie it on just to keep it attached for a second. And then I would take some more of the money for the tickets. Where's that stack? And I would take some and cover up the back. So that it looks good from both sides. Unlike some, what was it, the mullet that they used to say looks good coming but not going, or what was it? I forgot. What was the hairstyle they used to say that about? Like something up front. Oh, it used to be something. Okay. However, what I would do is I would use a hot glue gun. So I don't have that burning yet. Let me get my hot glue gun plugged in. I don't need my sewing machine. Let's get the hot glue gun going. A hot plate. In the meantime, I'm gonna glue. Oops, I'm sorry. I'm shaking my camera setup is not the best yet. I'm still working on, it's a work in progress. I have what I need, but I think I need to put it on something else other than my table, of course, because it's every time I shake my table, the whole camera shakes and it looks like I'm in an earthquake. And though I live on a fault line, I don't want to experience an earthquake. That would be terrifying. I would be terrified. And I don't want you to think I'm going through an earthquake. Okay. So I'm going to get rid of some of this bulk. But let's see. I was watching, I've been watching Heart of Dixie. So I finished the horse, the one about the horses and the girl and the horse, Heartland. I finished watching all of that. I never watched it at all. So I had like 14 episodes to, I had 14, not episodes, 14 seasons to go through. I had no idea there were that many seasons when I committed. I'm like, oh my goodness. But I did it. I watched them all in time for the new season to come out. That was like a feat in itself. Okay, so I gotta wait for this glue thingy to go, but let me get my journal. And I'll show you how cute they are when you if you stick them in. I never know what's gonna fall out of this thing. All kinds of stuff in here. But if you just, I don't have it glued on yet, but if you just want a big old fun little thing coming out the top, super cute. I don't know why I'm showing you this way when you're that way. Virgin River, yes. Okay, so I did watch Virgin River. Another good series is My Mother and Other Strangers. Okay, I'll put that in. Where'd my little list go that I was keeping? Here it is. I think Virgin Rivers has a new season out. The new season for Virgin Rivers out right now. I don't subscribe to Netflix, so I'll have to. I had heard Keeping Up Appearances is good. Okay, so thank you. Keeping Up Appearances. And then shorten that. And then what's the other one? My Mother and Other Strangers. My Mother and Other Strangers. And I got to put a reminder. I don't have Netflix, so what I do is I just I pay for a month and then I binge watch. Okay, it does have a new season. Don't tell me what happened. Plus, I'm going to have to because it's been a while, so I'm going to have to go watch the last one. Cranford. Okay. This is awesome. Thank you for coming in here. This is great. Because when I craft, I like to have stuff on in the background. Okay, thank you, promise. Yeah, do not tell me what is happening. But I think I'm gonna have to go back and watch the last couple of shows from the season because I don't from the season prior because I don't remember because it's been a while. But I have a young lady now. She's in her 30s that I was mentoring, and so we were watching. She lives in Denmark, and we were kind of watching it together. I'm surprised I haven't heard from her yet to watch the next season. Okay, let's see. I have Cranford. I have to do the Virgin River. I gotta put that one down. No, I gotta remind myself. Okay, you just watched the last two. Did that get you caught up enough to watch the last two? Because I think that's what I'm gonna have to do. I can't remember. Did she lose her baby? Wait, don't tell me. What? I can't. I don't even. I don't remember. Oh my goodness. Oh, I got an issue here with some stuff sticking. There it is. It's all stuck. Oh, it's the jelly print. I must have put the jelly print in. Oh no, and I'm gonna put a pocket on the back of my journal. My jelly plate print must not have been dry when I stuck it in my journal, because it must not have been dry yet. A little sticky, little stickiness. And now I'm gonna have to put some little. That's my mama. That is my mother and father. That's my mother and father. They were in show business. Look at this old Juji Fruits. Do you remember Juji Fruits? Bridgerton. You know, my friend watched Bridgerton, and she loves it. Is that on Netflix, though? Oh, my goodness. Okay, so there's some stuff in here that I need to definitely do some journaling about, because I did a paper route back when I was in high school. I was a freshman, and I did a paper route in apartment buildings. Oh my goodness, it was the best paper route ever. I had 3 buildings, and they were next door to where we lived. And so all I did was, even though the papers came at like 4 a.m., and then Sundays was the worst because they weighed so much. I lived outside of DC, so they weighed so much, and then you'd have to take and the comics and all the coupons and that insert. You had to put all the inserts in, fold, and rubber band it. And oh my goodness, I did 3 buildings. I don't even know how many newspapers I would have to deliver. And then back in the day, you'd have to go around and you'd have to collect. So here I am. I can't believe my parents let me do this, but it was a different era back then. I was 13, 14, and I'm going in an apartment, knocking on doors, and then you had like a little book, and in there were all these little like tear offs, so that when they paid, you would tear it off, and then you put the money, you put money in your little pouch or whatever, but you have to go door to door and collect for the newspaper. So and back then that was the Washington Post that I was a paper girl for. But I would go up and down the elevator. I would take my bag of newspapers, and I'm sure the people in the building were probably really mad because I was tying up one of the elevators, but there were 2, hey. So then I would put my bag and hold the elevator open, and then I would run up and down the hallway and deliver all the newspapers. And then after school, I would go around and I'd have to collect on the newspapers. And yeah, I know I would not have let my kids do it, but it was different. It was a different era. But anyway, I had seen this because it had the paper drive, and he's driving the tractor with the newspapers in it or whatever. So that's why I say that. It's just, anyway, that was funny. That just sparked a memory for me right there. Sparked a memory. And then my parents went to the Nassau. I've been to Nassau, but they went on their honeymoon to Nassau. Okay, why is this stuff sticking? Anyway, so that is that. All right, my hot glue gun's probably done. It was like that in your, okay. Yeah. Okay. Do you remember them coming around and collecting the money? So I just find that so bizarre. Why wouldn't they just send out a bill and then make the people pay for it that way? I mean, we got paper bills back then. I don't know. I just, but now as an adult, like I never really thought about it till actually like right now that I'm thinking, what in the world? But I don't know how many teenage paper girls there were. I don't know if I was just, and if they even knew I was a teenager. I don't know. That's a good question too. Did they even know that I was like a teen, that they had a teenage girl out delivering the newspapers? I'm not sure. I don't remember because I took the newspaper route over from my friend, a friend of mine who was like 2 grades. She was 2 grades older than I was. And so I took it over from her route. Good times. And I remember you could hear the TV on inside, and then they wouldn't answer the door. And I'm like, I know you're in there. I know you're in there. Oh my goodness. Okay, see how cute that is, that bow? Or how about just like tuck it in on a package or send it out in like, it'd be such cute little add-on to something, to gift or whatever, if you have a little crafty friend. Sometimes you just have to be impressed with your work. I'm kidding. Oh goodness. Well, okay, so this is what we've done. We did a blue one that I got to add a tassel to. We did a pink and green one. We did this one, which was pink and yellow. I didn't realize I did. Well, it's kind of got aqua in it. So these will be in my Happy Mail stash, all ready to go out. I'm going to put this one probably in my spring, in my junk planner for spring. But, okay, you were born in 62. I was born in 64. Also, the milkman and peddlers going down the street yelling, get your tomatoes, potatoes, lettuce. Here today, good prices on carrots at 8:30 on a Saturday morning. Oh my goodness. Okay, we didn't have that. I remember the milkman, and we had chickens. So when I was younger, we had chickens. We moved to DC when I was 13. And but when I was younger, we lived on a farm and in Connecticut and Massachusetts too. And then so we had the milkman, and we had the Charlie Chip guy would come. Do you remember Charlie Chip? Did you have Charlie Chip in your area? And he'd get the big tins of chips and pretzels. Oh my goodness, that was like awesome. Because there were 5 kids in my family, so we had to have the big, and that would probably last through the weekend. That was it. Oh my goodness. Saturday mornings, 8:30, I was probably up watching the Bugs Bunny Roadrunner show. I was a big Saturday morning TV watcher because my dad was in television, and he at one point he was a program director for a station out of Hartford. And so when he was the program manager, he had to, like, he was the one that did the lineups. And so in his office, he would have, back then we only had the four stations, right? We had CBS, NBC, ABC, and PBS. And so he had the four TVs in his office, and we were allowed to only go in there on Saturday morning. And so we would sit and watch all the shows at one time. It was awesome. Mr. Frosty. Oh, yes. Okay, we had Mr. Softy. In fact, we still had Mr. Softy in where I just moved from. And I bought the little Mr. Softy truck, and I don't know where that is. And it plays the ice cream song. Oh, I bought the little I ordered the truck off the website, off their website, and I got a t-shirt too because they have a website, Mr. Softy. And then did you have Schwann's? They had the Schwann's ice cream. We used to get Schwann's, and they had like breaded chicken, but I remember the ice cream. Oh my, it's really raining now. Hope my internet hangs in there. Well, I'm going to hop off anyway. But so, Cricket and Wendy, it was so nice to speak with you. I'm so very grateful and thankful that you popped in and I was able to chat with you. It makes my time go, it's much more fun to have people in the chat. Ooh, banana splits. Yes, I love banana splits. Hi, Creative Fairy Designs. Wow. So let's see. Wendy, Cricket, Creative Fairy Designs. I have not, you guys are all new, I think, right? Anyway, thank you for joining me. I had fun putting the junk bows. I hope you guys get your stuff out and sit and make a few. They're cute on bags, like just to have on bags. Even if you put them on a big paper clip and just stuck it at the top of a gift bag, it'd be super, super fun. But it's a good way to use up all your little like scraps of, and what do you do when you buy these stacks of paper money? What do you do with them all? Like you get like a whole huge stack of them. But they add nice color and they're fun, and especially if you can find like different states. This was from some kind of Texas game, Republic of Texas. So I will have to make some. I think I made a pink one with it. I'll send this one and give to my friend who lives in Texas. But that would be fun. Well, anyway, thank you to all you who are new. I appreciate you. I appreciate you hanging in here with me, and it was fun talking with you guys about all the nice little stories. And now I'm wanting Schwann's ice cream. I'm wanting ice cream. And I live out in the middle of nowhere, so I did buy an ice cream maker, a little ice cream maker. I'm gonna see if I can make my own. I bought Greek yogurt and whipping cream, I think. And then I had to buy vanilla paste. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I hope it comes out good. Anyway, it was just like a little small, make a pint. We'll see how that comes out. Because if I can make my own ice cream, oh my goodness, that'd be awesome. Thank you, Wendy. Okay, guys, I'll be back tomorrow for another live. I've got two more projects that I'm going to do lives for. This is, I think, my fourth project I've done a live for this week. And in fact, I had so much fun with the projects I did last night that I ended up making a bunch more this morning. So I made these little banners. So if you want to go back and want to make some little banners, you can go back and watch yesterday's live. And then I made these little clipboards the day before. I'll show you. Oh my gosh, I went crazy and made a ton of those. And Okay, I've been making ephemera all this week, so if you need some. Oh, Sandy, I'm sorry you missed the party. I'm sorry. Aw, thanks. I'm so glad you were browsing and you found me. That's awesome. Um, but Sandy was here for all this. But I made a bunch of these little pocket dangle things. So it's like secret journaling inside of there. And I used the little sewing, the little button, from your clothing garment, little envelope. So I made a bunch of those. And then that's what we made the other night. And then we made these last night, the little banners. And then the night before that, and I made a bunch more, Sandy, of these clipboards. Oh my goodness. I had so fun making the with the game cards, like playing cards. I had so much fun. And they're like little notepads, little scrappy pads. So oh, it's okay. You can always go back and just rewatch if you want. And then you can speed it up. You don't have to watch it in real time. Or you could just have me blabbing in the background. Okay, but look at this one. I made a big one. Remember I had the Tim Holtz, I need to put some washi right here. I had the Tim Holtz packaging, so I made a big clipboard. But what's cool is this comes up and the picture comes off, so, and then this is the notepad. But I used that like clipboardy thingy. I don't know what this, I don't even know where I got this or what this was from. It was just kind of in my stash. So it's super tight, though. It holds things really tightly. But yeah, that was that. That's what I did with that packaging. So I just kept going. The next morning, because I didn't clean my desk off. And that's how I did a bunch more of those. And then I did a bunch more of these things too, because it was all on my desk. So yes, I do it all the time. It's so nice. Thank you. All right. I'm hopping off for realsies this time. For realsies. I'm going to hop off. But this is what we've done so far. So if you like anything you see and you want to go back and watch some past videos, they were from this week. And I'm going to hop off. And tomorrow I'm going to do some thrifted trim and vintage wallpaper. I'm going to be working with that tomorrow night. No, I'm not sending notices. How do I send out a notice for my live? Because I normally don't even know I'm going live until I decide to sit down and go live. I'm going to have to look into how I put out that I'm going live. Do I go, because see, I use a second party. Like I use StreamYard. So, and then they automatically just stream it it's connected to my YouTube channel. I'm asking about how I send out notices for my lives. I will have to go in and check that out. I think if I do it directly from YouTube, it will send out a notice I'm going live. I guess I could put it on my community tab, but that would only be for people who are following me, right? Unless I schedule it. But the problem with scheduling is that, like I said, I don't really know when I'm coming on. I just, okay, so I was going to come on this afternoon, and then I was waiting for the guy to come and do my wall, give me a quote on my retaining wall, and he never showed up. So I waited till 6 o'clock, and finally I texted him. I'm like, I guess you're not showing up. And somebody's calling me, and now my computer disappeared. There I am. So, oh yeah, okay. So there's like a bell, and if you click on the bell, it will send out a notification that I am live. Anyway, okay. Well, I'm gonna figure out how to send out a notice saying I'm going live. I'm gonna try to figure that out before tomorrow. Not sure what time I'm going live tomorrow though, because I'm going to be working in my garage, because my goal is to get my boxes unpacked and get my car in the garage before snow next week. So that's my goal. Hopefully I can do it. Maybe I'll go live while I'm unpacking scrapbooking supplies out in oh my goodness, and vintage books, and maybe I should just do a sale out of my garage tomorrow. Wouldn't that be great? If I could just, part of me wants to just push it all down the end of the road, but the problem is to push it down the end of the road, I got to go up the hill because I live on a hill, and that's going to be too hard to work. I do have a wagon. I could drag the wagon up to the top, but I'd have to make 400 trips. So, all right. Bye, guys. See you tomorrow.